Hello.
What's happening? What's happening?
How's it going, Russ?
What's going on, my man?
Man, I'm busy. I literally just got back seconds ago from a wrestling photo shoot.
All right.
Literally, I skidded into the chair. Wee.
Yeah. So you had some girls with some oil out there? I mean, what were you?
No, not that kind of wrestling. Although you'd probably like to see the photos from that, I'm sure.
Oh no, I got you, man. Well, you got to pay the bills, brother. You got to make the
right.
donuts, as they say.
That's right.
That's all right, brother. We're good. We're glad you made it back safe and sound. We're here again this week with another episode of the Keto Cookout. Are you healthy and strong, man? Are you feeling good?
Feeling good. I'm feeling good. I have a very positive outlook going into tomorrow. Carrie and I have a big meeting tomorrow. So very important meeting. And I feel very good about it. So can't wait for that. And hopefully we'll be able to share something with everybody after that meeting tomorrow. So
I love that. Man. Yeah. Hopefully, Carrie will get caught up on his child support and everything will be okay.
Yeah. He's going to stave off a prison sentence.
Yes. Okay, listen. Hey, hopefully the parole board lets you out, brother, and you'll be okay. I'm rooting for you, man. I'm rooting for you.
That's good. Love it.
Oh, man. Lori's here. Hey, Lori, welcome. Welcome, everybody.
Lori, how you doing? Good to see you.
Yep.
How's everybody in the chat?
Yep, I'm feeling good, feeling strong. Everybody I know has been sick lately, but me. I was thinking about I haven't been sick or had a cold since before COVID. If you can believe that.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that crazy? That's the last time I was sick was before COVID. I don't think I ever got COVID. If I did, I don't know about it.
Right.
But yeah, it's been a long time. So my day is coming.
Right.
It's gonna be a doozy.
Yeah. Same with me. It's been it seems like a decade or something, or more maybe. I just never get sick. So I'm very blessed in that regard. I never had COVID.
Yeah.
Just don't have those issues. And since I went carnivore, my immune system seems to be stronger than ever. So I could probably, I don't think I could go as far as, sipping on a glass of glyphosate. But my immune system is pretty dang strong.
What is that? Is that a big fancy word for moonshine? Is that?
Yeah. It's a new brand of moonshine.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm a D student, man. I ain't that bright. I don't know all those big words, man.
It's a pesticide or an herbicide. I'm sure somebody will get it right in the chat. So glyphosate, it's one of those bad chemicals that causes cancer and all that sort of stuff. Ruins the earth.
Yeah, I got you.
Yep.
Well, other than that, I'm doing great, feeling good. No scurvy, no heart attacks.
No heart attack?
And I've been clean on the diet. Although I did make a revisit to keto snack chocolates.
Oh no.
Yeah, I gave him a bad rap, So I decided I was gonna try them again with my new regimen. In the new year, I would maybe dabble. So I got a couple of keto chocolate bars. I had one this week, so we'll see.
There you go.
See how it goes.
No heart attack for me. I did have heart attack chicken. So as a gift for Christmas, my wife bought me a butcher box.
Mm.
So I was able to get, like $150 or something like that worth of food. And the first time they sent the stuff, instead of sending chuck roast, they sent some kind of chicken thigh, like chicken thighs that were grass fed or grain. I don't know what they were, like pasture raised chickens or something. It's supposed to be good for you or whatever. So we had those in the freezer as extra. And I had some of those. I deep fried them in tallow as, had the heart attack chicken, as Rick likes to say. And Yeah, I loaded it up with grease, man, and no heart attacks. So
Hey, listen, it's well, it takes a while to kick in. You gotta,
right,
wait. You gotta. It takes longer than 40 years because Rick's been waiting 40 years. He
right.
hasn't had his yet. So I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm gonna try that. I've been saving bacon grease. I
Hmm.
got a nice little thing with a filter and all that, and I've been saving my bacon grease, and I'm gonna try the heart attack chicken.
Oh, it's delicious. Yeah, yeah, it would probably be really good with lard for
And I
sure.
gotta, yeah, I don't know what the difference between lard and bacon grease is. Maybe somebody can tell me,
It's the same
but
thing,
I kind of thought so.
except bacon grease has a more, like more of a bacon flavor.
Right, probably saltier or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
So I've got quite a little bit. I use it to scramble eggs, and I use it for a lot of things. I don't use a lot of butter. I really don't.
Mhm.
It's crazy. But I use bacon grease to fry my eggs in and stuff like that. And so I did buy a little tempura. I got off of Amazon, a little deep fryer kind of a pot thing. So I'm gonna try it in that. It's got a cover and it's kind of slick. So
Nice.
we'll see how that goes when I get enough grease saved up. I'm not too far away.
Nice. You gonna
So
shoot a video?
yeah, I might do that. It's been a while. I only eat so many things, and I've already made videos of everything I eat, except for maybe scrambled eggs. I don't know if anybody wants to see me scramble eggs. Although I will have you know, I am a little bit of an egg snob. Just a little bit. Just so maybe that because I like my eggs a certain way. I'm not just a you can't just randomly scramble my eggs. I gotta, I like them a certain way. I like them scrambled kind of soft.
Hmm.
I don't like them scrambled hard. I don't like any brown. I mean, I'll eat them. Don't get me wrong,
Right.
but I don't like them. I don't like them runny. If it can run, it ain't done. You know. Hey, listen. Hey, listen. I think that's the most disgusting thing. Like people that eat their eggs sunny side up with the yolk all over the place, man. Listen. If a chicken had a nose that could run, I'm pretty sure that's what would come out of it. I'm pretty sure it's like chicken snot. I mean, it's basically.
Right.
I think it's like plasma or something. I don't know. It just creeps me out.
Yeah.
So I
Oh, man, it's got to be runny.
if yeah, you want to listen. If you want to drink chicken juice, you go right. If you want to drink chicken plasma, chicken snot, you go right ahead.
Right. Well, I don't eat the whites anymore, so that is the snot part.
Oh,
So I don't. I definitely don't eat those runny at all. I don't like that.
yeah,
It's just disgusting and gross.
yeah,
I'll eat the yolk raw.
yeah.
Eating the yolk raw is fine for me. It's pretty delicious.
Not me, not me. Like I said, I can have it scrambled soft, but I can't have it running goopy all over the place, man. No,
Right.
thank you. I think that's gross. But, so yeah, maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll show my egg scrambling method. Maybe I'll do that in the video.
Heck yeah, you need
Uh,
to do that.
yeah, it's time to do it. But like I said, everything else I pretty much, I I only eat 5 or 6 things. And I've made them all, so
Right.
I really don't know unless people want to see me do it again. Like it's like But then again, there's people that are new to the channel and they're not maybe going to go back and watch an old video. So
Right. First of all, I want to say hi to Arlene. Thanks
hey,
for
Arlene.
joining us, Arlene. Much love to you. And I think what people are actually wanting from your channel, Russ, is for you to go full chafy and take your shirt off while you're cooking.
Yeah, that'll be a negative, Ghost Rider. Yeah, there'll be none of that. I wouldn't do that to the internet. Yeah, I would shut the whole. Hey, listen, that's got to be against somebody's guidelines somewhere. It's got to be against somebody's terms and conditions.
I'm sure the keto cuties and the low carb ladies would love that, right?
Well, those things are done in private. They're not for everybody. Only
Right.
only special people. That's
Right. You have any carbs this week, or what's your biggest carb meal?
No. Let me think here. Nope, nope, nope. I've had and I've changed up my routine a little bit with my meal prep, just a little bit. I found out. Okay, now listen. You go ahead and start laughing at me now, everybody, okay? Because these things are not so obvious to me, but they're probably obvious to everybody else, okay? I don't like to cook. I don't even like the kitchen area. The only reason I go in there is because there's food in there. Otherwise, I'd walk around it. I don't even want to walk through it. So I cook twice a week. I cook on Monday nights. I cook on Thursday nights, and I make enough for 3 or 4 days. And that's how I do it. And I portion it out. I have glass storage containers. Well, I've been putting the bacon and eggs in one container. Like I'll scramble up. I got a big electric skillet. I'll scramble up like 18, 24 eggs at a time. I can make 4 or 5 steaks at a time. I mean, it's a big thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was scrambling the eggs and putting the bacon in there, and it was making the bacon soggy, which I didn't really think about. And
Right.
I eat it. I eat it anyway. But I went to, I think it was Boca Raton, and I took some steaks. I made some steaks and some bacon and took it with me. And the steaks and the bacon were all in one big glass container. And when I heated it up, the bacon was good. It wasn't soggy. And I'm like, I think the eggs are making my bacon soggy. So, okay, see, I told you, you can laugh. Listen, you can laugh if you want to. I'm sure this is hilarious. I'm sure people are like, what a dummy. And okay, listen, I never claimed to be anything but a D student. I'm dumb. All right. So now what I do is I bought some more containers, and I keep my eggs separate from my bacon. So now I'll do like 2 or 3 pounds of bacon, partition it out, scramble up like 24 eggs, part out, and then separate them. So now my bacon is a lot crispier now, and I'm a lot happier now. And then I did a leg of lamb. I sectioned that up. So I've got my eggs, my bacon, and my more dinner type stuff all separated into more containers. So there you go.
Nice.
Not that anybody cares about that but me, but I'm sharing. That's what this is about. I'm sharing.
Right.
This is my life. These are the things that trouble me. So, these.
There you go. I did have a slice of a cheese breadstick.
Oh,
About this big, but it was mostly cheese, and it had like a little bit of crust underneath of it. On my son's birthday celebration on Sunday, and I had a tiny sliver of a cookie. It was about like this big.
okay. Well, you win this week. No, I've been real clean.
So if I was to count the number of carbs that was in those 2 pieces, it was probably 10, maybe.
Yeah, who cares? But yeah, you win. I've been clean, man. I had a keto chocolates that's got, I don't know how many actual, it's got a bunch of allulose. I think it's got 5 or 6 carbs in it. So that's the only thing that I had objectionable. But I made leg of lamb. I'm eating that. I scrambled up a bunch of eggs and a bunch of bacon, made a bunch of bacon. And that's what I've been eating for the last week.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I've been pretty good.
Renee's here. How you doing, Renee?
Hey, Nene's in the building.
Good to see you. Arlene, hit the like button. We appreciate you. Much love, Arlene. Mama Cracker is here.
Yes.
How you doing, Mama Cracker? And Bruce is here. How you doing, Bruce? Good to see you.
Everybody, did you put the link in the chat, bro?
I did put the link in the chat.
Awesome. Cool.
The link is in the chat, folks. If you want to come.
Anybody want to pop on? Feel free.
I know you don't want to hang out with me.
Otherwise, I'll keep talking about utter and complete ridiculous, like eggs making my bacon soggy.
Right.
I did make my leg of lamb a little different. I did make my leg of lamb a little bit different this time. I think I told you. Now, okay, I'm glad. Let's bring our man up there. He can join on this conversation because I know he knows about sous videing. Who's that coming up the driveway? I see a cowboy. That's the original.
Everybody. Woo!
Howdy.
Yeehaw.
My man. Look. That is Keto Cowboy numero uno.
How are you guys doing?
The
How you
OG,
doing, brother?
good,
Doing
man.
good?
Listen, I was just talking about you the other day. I was telling Adam, we were talking on the phone. I was telling him, man, I got to catch up with my dude, man. It's been a month of Sundays, man, since I seen you.
Right
And
on.
I just wanted
Yeah.
to catch up with you, man, see how you were doing. And then there, look at that, popped up. It's out of nowhere, man, with the hat. Okay, but here's what I was gonna say. I tried to sous vide part of my leg of lamb, and
Absolutely.
I clearly didn't do it right because it was floating. I guess I
Oh
didn't
yeah.
take enough. I didn't take enough air out of the bag. I guess I was trying. I just
No,
tried to press it.
no. Well, that'll happen too. But also, as you cook it, dense things become more, or fluffy things like fat become more liquid and condensed, and it creates a little bit more float. so,
Okay,
so it ends up.
so it's supposed to float.
Yeah, it is. You got to weight it down.
Oh.
Like I have a bunch of
See?
weights. Like, yep.
You didn't tell me that, Lacey.
I vacuum seal mine, so because it's vacuum sealed, it doesn't float. Nothing.
It depends on the meat. It depends on the meat. Really.
I mean, it's a good sized piece of meat. It was at least, I'd say, 2 pounds.
Oh yeah, but it depends on like the fat content versus like the lean mass, because the more fat that it has, for whatever reason, I'm not a scientist, when it renders down and turns to liquid in the bag, it floats. And I think it's because I don't know. I couldn't tell you, but it does.
It just cooks. So it just basically cooks one side of it. When it's in the water, it'll cook one side of it, and then as it starts to cook, it'll just start to sink.
No, it floats even while it's cooking. If it's got a high fat content, it's just going to be more buoyant and it's going to float. You got to weight it down or get racks, like my sous vide machine has racks that pinch it down, and that's why. Yeah, you'll see a bunch of those, and you can even put the top over them. But what I do, I just sous vide a 20-pound brisket for 74 hours, and I took, well, to be honest with you,
Russ.
bottles. I filled them up with water, a bunch of them, and I sat them, these San Pellegrino bottles, filled them up with just tap water, put the lid on them, and I sat it on top of the brisket to keep it weighed down.
Gotcha. I could definitely do that. I have a smart lid, a Ninja smart lid. It's got like 12 different functions. One of them is sous vide. So I put it in there, put it on 145. It beeped when it got to 145. It had the water in there. I put it in there, and the thing was floating. I'm like,
yep.
Oh no, how's it going to cook when it's floating? So I took it out, tried to squish as much air as I could out of the bag. I was doing everything I could. I had just a Ziploc bag. Ziploc put in it, and it just kept floating. So I said, the heck with it, and I just roasted it.
And just as important of not letting it float so that the top doesn't cook, you also have to have circulation under it. So you can't just pin it to the flat bottom of the flat surface. It's better to have like a cooling rack so that the hot water can circulate under it too. You don't want it just pinned up against the bottom of the container either.
Well, it doesn't circulate. The water doesn't circulate. It's just, it's a smart lid. It's like a
yeah.
It's a bowl. It's just got
it's like an Instant Pot. It basically just set it to a specific temperature. The water doesn't move, but even still, it shouldn't like rest on the bottom, because that's where the burner is. Because it'll try to cook it more on that one side than it will the other.
And I got to tell you, I hate to hate on your sous vide machine, but the circulation pumps are a great deal, because you want to keep that water moving, because it's like I mean I had 10 gallons of water in mine to my tank to do the 20-pound brisket. Well, it's only going to heat right next to the burner. The stuff above it is not going to be an accurate temperature, and when you're trying to break down light tissue, you want to keep it at a very, very precise temperature. You don't want it 5 degrees off at one end of the container and warm, right where it's only going to be that temperature where the temperature sensor is. Where if you have a circulator pump, it moves all the water around and it's testing it as the water's in motion. So it keeps it at an average. Yeah.
I will never. I don't think I'll ever do it again. It's not a sous vide machine. It's just and it's the best thing I've ever bought. I tell you right now, you'd have to fight me to get that thing from me. It is a wonderful device.
Don't get me wrong. I've got like 3 different Ninja cookers, and I love every one of them.
Yeah.
They are amazing, and I love my Ninja. I have one of those. I think it's called a Ninja Speedy or a Ninja Foodie, one of the two. But it's like an electric grill and air fryer combo.
Yeah.
That thing, I I just got done eating 2 New Yorks that I just air fried in that thing, and I love them, man.
Yeah.
But you've got, I mean, those circulator pumps are super cheap. They're like $99, and you don't go and buy all the stupid sous vide containers. That's where they get you. They try to charge you $50 or $100 for a container. Go down to Walmart and get a Rubbermaid container for $10 and cut a hole in the lid and put that pump in there. And that's all I do for my big containers, and they do just fine. It's not getting on your food. The vacuum sealed bag is protecting your food. So it's just it's water vessel. It doesn't matter what it's made out of,
Yep.
And you can put it in there, but you got to try a brisket one time. Cut the point off, just have the flat, and put the vacuum seal the point in a different bag, and then have the flat vacuum sealed all by itself. And you take that thing and sous vide it for 74 hours at 133 degrees, and it is phenomenal. And I mean, I like it better than New York steak, and that's saying a lot because I eat a lot of New York steak, and it was good. Whew, that's the first time I've sous vide at 133 degrees to get steak texture out of a brisket. I thought, you people are crazy, but I'm gonna try it.
Right?
It was wonderful.
Yeah, listen,
man.
you guys, listen, I'll tell you guys can have that sous vide thing. Anything I had to cook for 74 hours before I eat it, I'd be too mad to eat it when I was done. I'd just be mad as a hornet.
But it's 20 pounds though. It's 20 pounds. There's so much meat there that you're good for days. So, and it took, it made $4.49 a pound meat taste better than my $16 a pound meat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, and I'm priming right now, so I'm eating like an animal. so I'm doing priming.
We pretty much all eat like animals. That's kind of how we roll.
Well, I mean, I'm putting down on my feeding days, I'm putting down like 80-90 ounces of meat a day, beef, and so I'm hammering it down. And
I gotta say, man, every time I talk to you, you're doing something, you're like, you live on the wild side, man. You're like you're like the carnivore MacGyver or something. You're just like
it's so healing though. It's so healing. These are my new glasses that I just got today. And the reason why I'm wearing them, I had a set from just 7 months ago. And the reason why I'm wearing them is because my eyes healed so much in the last 7 months that my prescription wasn't correct anymore. It was just incredible. I have a letter from, in fact, maybe I'll even text it to Adam. You can maybe pop it on the screen
we're
here.
Gonna change your channel to Adventurous Carnivore. I'm serious, man. Every time I talk to him, he's like, well, I'm going to eat 178 eggs this week. And,
right.
I know it seems crazy.
I would have set the Guinness Book of World Records for eggs. Well, I love it. I love it though, man. I love that you're willing to try all that stuff, man. I keep it real simple, man. I just eat the meat, move my feet, stay away from keto treats.
I'll show you.
Except for just this week, I had a keto treat this week.
Bruce says he's been trying to start a channel and hasn't been happy with anything he's recorded. Right now, the only thing on my channel is an old movie, and I'd had it digitized when I was small. Bruce, I would say just start, man.
Yes.
You're not going to be perfect at all, and then none of us are. And just people are going to love you no matter no matter what happens, especially in this community. So just get it going, Bruce.
And people are going to hate you no matter what you do.
That's fact. And
hey, listen, I can tell you right now, I don't like anything I've ever recorded either. So
you can ask Adam. On the first interview I did with Adam, I'm like, I hate the sound of my own voice. It's still, when I hear my own playbacks, it's like nails on a chalkboard to me. I'm like, how does anybody listen to me?
Yeah.
Right.
Listen, man, I'll tell you, Bruce, it definitely is a family. People will support you, man. And I can promise you this, because I'm still amazed by it. I don't know that I'll ever get used to the comments that I get and the emails and the people saying thank you or I enjoy your channel. I don't know that I'll ever get used to it. When I go to events and stuff, people recognize me. I don't know, ever get used to it. And that's what it's about, at least for me. It's evangelism, man. It's spreading the word. It's trying to change lives, maybe save a few if you're lucky. So
evangelism and community too. Community. The community's outstanding, right? It keeps
your story, man. Your voice, your way. I say it all the time. If God wanted us all to sound like Dr. Barry, we'd all be falling off of tractors in the woods somewhere. Just be who you are. You will connect with people. You will identify with people. And the message is more important than anything.
That's right.
Just get the message out there. So that's.
Well, and in this social media world, there's so much posturing, right? Of all the social media channels where everybody is looking their best on their best vacation and making it look like this picture perfect world, and everybody else is, a lot of people are sitting there withdrawing, thinking that, they're isolated or whatever, because they see all this fake nonsense. They feel like, they see all this stuff like the world doesn't have problems, diet problems, health problems, mental problems, mental health problems and all this stuff. It's not real. We all fight those things, and it's increasingly the vast majority because, disease has become, diet related disease, as far as I'm concerned, has become a plague, on society, and everybody's fighting it, but they've been fighting in silence because they are ashamed, or they're, they withdraw, they're depressed and full of anxiety. And it's like, no, this helps so much just to get it out there and go, no, we all feel like, we're the only ones going through this thing, and it's not true. So it's great, to just get that. That's why I say the community, man. When you hear 100 other people almost echo back your very thoughts and feelings going through for a long time, you're like, oh, okay, all right, we've been lied to,
Yep, absolutely. You got a question there, Todd, from Arlene.
Oh, hey, Arlene. What, let's see, what are you eating and what types of beef and how much every meal? So right now, I'm just listening to whatever my body wants. My body wants a whole lot of beef right now. I am on lion diet right now. I'm doing that for I started at the beginning of the year, and I'm doing it for 90 days. So right now I'm just eating all kinds of different beef, and that's it. But today I had 2 22-ounce ribeyes and 2 19-ounce New York steaks that I cut them out of a strip roast and just hammered them, and do I ask me how bad ask me if I feel sad for eating 6,000 calories of beef today. I do not. Everything is healing, and I feel better every day, and I'm stronger every day, and I'm not losing a ton of weight over the last 5 months, but I'm losing a ton of size and getting so much stronger. I only lost 12 pounds in the last 5.5 months, but I've lost 2 shirt sizes, and I am so much stronger and have so much more endurance. It's just silly what's going on right now. Everything's healing.
I love that for you, brother. Yeah, you already know. I think you're made out of straight up titanium. You are some type of superhero, man. Hey, listen, the stuff you've been through would have killed a lot of folks. Trust me on that.
Well, they should have finished me off, because now I'm gonna be telling the truth, because man, we were just talking about this today, man, at the SPG, where I was in one of their calls today, and it's just like you see so many people. It just hits so close to home how many people were right there on the edge and didn't want to be here anymore, just like all of us, and they found this way back. And it's just, I don't know, it just lights me on fire every day when I see that new people finding their, getting a second chance. I mean, it's just crazy. Happens every day.
Listen, man, let me tell you something. I'm going to speak for myself. There's nothing like hope, man. It's like when if you're in a dark cage, I mean, or in a basement or something, and it's pitch black, man. When you see that little bit of light, I mean, it's everything,
Yep.
So yeah, I can definitely relate to that, man. It's like, when I found out about this and found out it was a real thing, it wasn't a hoax, it wasn't a fad or anything that was going to hurt me, or man, I knew it was my ticket out. I knew that, there was something else out there for me and I could go get it.
Absolutely. And it's amazing. And it's so important too today. I'm feeling extra good today or this last week because I did some kind of progress pictures, but I was getting on myself. I'm like, man, really need to get some more weight off. Why is this weight not moving? And I was so bummed out, even though I knew I was buying smaller and smaller clothes, but it was
I mean,
bugging me.
you know better than that, man. Come on,
I
brother.
know, I do. I really, and
Yeah,
that's what's
yeah,
scary too, right? Even though as much as I know better, and I'm surrounded
yeah,
by people that know better, and we all talk about knowing
yeah,
better,
yeah.
it'll still get to you if that scale doesn't move for 5 months
Yeah,
or something.
that is definitely true. I'm gonna make a video about that. I think that's what I'm gonna make my next video, because somebody sent me a message on my channel and was saying kind of the same thing. They were just like, I feel so much better and things are going well, but the scale isn't moving. And you
I know.
know, I'd say I've made videos about this in the past, but it's probably been a few months ago, so I think I'm gonna refresh it. But we don't live our lives on a scale. We live our lives out and about with our friends, with our family, doing things we love, going places we love. That's where life is measured. We don't live, on that machine. So judge your life, judge your success, judge your progress and happiness by the world off of that machine, not by the
Absolutely.
world on that machine.
Yeah. And how,
You
you
know,
know, how are you feeling? Are you happier?
yeah,
Do you have more energy? Do you feel better?
yeah,
Are and I don't know why. It's just, we get in our head, right? We're like, okay, if I keep doing this, I'm going to be here at such and such a date. I should be roughly here. And then you get there and you're not there and you start feeling like you failed. And it's like, well, I never the idea that we can pick where our body's going to be in 3 months and four
right.
months and whatever. Well, that's something I really have been kind of understanding, that this is a societal thing that got programmed in our head. It's not real.
Yeah.
All we can
Yeah.
do is put our body in charge, and let it
Yeah,
do
your
its
body's
work.
on its own time frame. I'm very lucky. My nature is just kind of carefree, and I don't really worry about nothing. That's just kind of how I'm wired and kind of how I'm built. And I guess it's good, because I probably would have stroked out if I was some uptight, stressed out guy. Maybe I wouldn't be
Right.
here, But I'm real, just kind of loose in that. And I talk about it all the time, like on my channel. I didn't weigh myself for 30 years.
Wow.
Literally 30 years. And so it's like, if I didn't care about it for 30 years, why do I care about it now?
Right?
I know I'm on the right track. I know I'm doing the right things. I know I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing 90% of the time. Except on Thanksgiving Day. But it's like, so just live your life, man, and know that you're doing. And my life is so much better, and I am doing things I haven't done, and I am feeling better, and I'm getting my life back. So, yeah, I weigh myself once a month, just because I get threatened with bodily harm by my subscribers if I don't. And but other than that, I would never weigh myself. Maybe after, if I drop some sizes, maybe I would. Like if I'm like, oh, I can't wear this anymore, I wonder how much I weigh. But I really don't worry about it. And I'm blessed. I think the more I think about it, it is a blessing. I think that I don't worry about things or obsess about things. And it's very easy for me not to worry about things I can't control. It's very easy for me. Other people, not so much. They obsess about things and worry about things. And I get that. I get that.
Yeah. I mean, stress and whatever, like, I don't know. I'm getting better at that, but to me, I think it was a hormone thing. Anxiety comes with a whole lot of self-doubt and worry and everything. Haven't seen Todd in a few weeks. Oh man, thanks, champion. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Hey, John, good to see you, brother.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You've been to no, I'm not. I was going to make a dress barn joke, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not gonna do it. So it's kind of an inside joke. We were on a stream together, and they had a ugly sweater contest for it was Christmas, around Christmas time. My man Greg and Brian, we had a nice stream, and he won the ugly sweater contest. But it was a sweater he got. It was ugly, but it was made for a woman, and he didn't know when he bought it. It was actually a woman's sweater. So things about shopping at the dress barn and stuff like that. But real good guy. Shout out to him. Glad you're here, brother.
Absolutely. Thanks, Jay, for liking and commenting on the channel.
Shout out to Jay. He's been on my channel a few times. Like and subscribe. Appreciate the support. Appreciate the love from everybody. Glad you enjoy.
Absolutely. So while we got, what's this?
Yeah, he's just commenting back about that.
Very pretty.
Hey, the only thing that matters is you won. Whatever it takes, man. I love that. Hey, my man was willing to do anything it took to win.
That's funny. So while everybody's on, we have a higher number of people watching right now. Probably a good time to let everybody know that there's no cookout next week.
Yes.
Because Carrie is hosting a live stream with Dr. Georgia E., Dr. Anthony Chafee, and Dr. Tony Hampton. And I'll be a co-host. Alia will be a co-host. And we're going to have, I think, 6 or 7 special guests during that stream. Todd is one of those guests. So wherever you see the thumbnail for that stream, whether it's Dr. Hampton's channel, Dr. Chafee's channel, Carrie's channel, my channel, whoever's channel is streaming it, just make sure that you click on that and join in on that next week. It's going to be at least a 3-hour live stream, probably longer, because Dr. Chafee said that he wants to run long and answer questions. So make sure you hop on over there to support Dr. Eid in the release of her book on January 30th, which is the same day as the live stream, and support her, show her some love, and just get connected with the Healing Humanity documentary and everything that we're doing with that. So just wanted to make sure that we got that in before.
Yeah.
And
it's a fundraiser too, right? So they can.
It is. We're definitely going to have links for everybody to donate to the documentary. We just finished sort of a preliminary budget for cost projections today, and it's expensive, folks. So any little bit of help, sharing, praying, whatever you can do, we definitely appreciate that, and we appreciate everything that everybody has done to this point. Everybody's absolutely amazing. So some of the things that we're doing in the future, as we go and film, we're going to be holding meetups at those locations to help raise money too, and connect with people locally in person, and hopefully be able to share your stories as well on our channel. So looking forward to that.
Absolutely. Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to get that book. I was going to ask you, can we pre-order it to help get it going, or is there a pre-order already?
Pre-order for
Dr. Eid's book?
I do believe so. Yeah, if you go to Amazon, I think you can pre-order the book.
Perfect. Yep. That'd be awesome.
Obviously, it won't ship until the 30th, but that's been part of my preparation, is reading your book. And I think it's like 350 pages or something like that, with about 100 pages of footnotes. Wow. So incredible. She definitely is backing up every ounce of information and everything that she claims and says in that book with cold hard facts. So it's a very good book, and I definitely would recommend purchasing that book for sure.
I'm definitely purchasing it. It was funny because I was before I knew she was writing another book, I was I was about to make a video about how it's so crazy, because the longer that I'm on carnivore, the I don't know, it's like my compulsive nature and addictive nature seem to just have melted away in every area of my life. And I'm just so surprised how, I shouldn't be, but when your body gets healthy, that's not a normal state to be. I already knew on anxiety and depression, but the anxiety, I think, also pushes, for me, I feel like anxiety was a trigger for my sugar addiction, and also compulsive things like, gambling, Copenhagen, excessive drinking of caffeine and stuff, all those things, man, they're just gone. I'm like, there's got to be a link there.
Right.
The only addiction I can see you have left is the black hats.
Exactly. That's my last vice.
I love that, man. I love that. No, it's good, man. I'm glad to see you doing good, brother. Like I said, I was talking about you last week. I'm like, I gotta find my man, go see what he's doing. I know you got some different streams you're doing and some different things. I know you got one with Lindy and
Yes, sir.
so like I said, there's so many. It's hard to keep track of everybody and follow everybody and support everybody. I feel so terrible that I can't be on everybody's channel and watch everybody's streams and that. It's just there's so many, but it's also wonderful that there's so many. It's like a double-edged sword.
Yep.
I know. Robin, the name of the book is Change Your Diet, Change Your Mind.
It's going to be incredible.
So check that out. Dr. Georgia Eade, Change Your Diet, Change Your Mind.
Yeah, very excited for that. Yeah, exactly. It's such good news. I was sitting here going, man, I don't remember all these channels when I was looking through the carnivore world a year ago.
Right?
Yeah, sure. Including your own.
Yeah, including my own. Yeah, seriously. I was like, I thought, man, I'm going to be crazy. Nobody's going to want to hear from me. Well, now, like, shoot, I was just catching the wave.
You got half of it right. You are crazy.
For sure, but I'm in good company, so this is a good spot to be crazy.
Yeah. Hey, listen, that's we recognize the game. Recognizes game. Hey, Mary Bell, how you doing? Good to see Mary Bell out there.
Mm-hmm.
A girl in California. Are you going to Keto Con?
I am. I will definitely see you guys there. We're gonna go. Are you gonna go to the mothership with me, Russ? I know you love comedy.
Maybe. I don't know what that is, and
it's Joe Rogan's comedy club. It's like the greatest new comedy club.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, yeah. Listen, don't threaten me with a good time.
Yeah, that's gonna be my second apartment there.
Yeah. And the mothership, I was gonna say, do I need a stack of ones? I mean,
no, not that kind of ship.
That's what I'm just saying. That's why I had to say, well, I don't know. What is this?
No, it's it's Joe Rogan's new comedy club, and I've been dying to go to it because I do love comedy. I'm a huge fan, and I've just been watching, and all of his guests, all of his comedian guests to say, it's almost like somebody with an unlimited budget built a comedy club.
Yeah. You need one because you ain't gonna make no money in a comedy club. It's a tough.
Exactly. And so it's pretty awesome.
I'll send an email and see when you're I'm not sure how I'm gonna go about it, but I definitely will be there. It sounds like a bunch of us will be there. I talked to Christy, Meeting Wellness. She said she's gonna be there. I know Adam and Carrie are gonna be around there. I talked to Chafee, he's scheduled to be there.
Yeah, SBG gang's gonna be there, and Lindy's coming from Australia.
I love
She's
that.
gonna be there. Yep, Michael.
I was on the stream with Chafee. I said, hey man, I just want to let you know I'm gonna be at KetoCon. You're gonna be there. I said, I'm just letting you know in case you want to cancel. There's time for you to cancel, but I'm gonna be there. So you might want to rethink it.
Right.
So it should be fun. We'll make sure I don't know who's going to coordinate this thing. Everybody, we need to make a captain. We need a KetoCon captain, someone who can get us all together. I think the Carnivore Brothers. I think that's right in their backyard. One of them.
We should just do well, I already know you guys are probably going to do a meetup there, huh? For maybe a fundraiser, you think?
I'll be rocking pretty much with Adam and Carrie. Wherever they go, I'm going to go until they tell me to leave them alone. I mean,
we're definitely going to try to do a meetup down there as well, but that's tentative because we basically have at least 3 people confirmed to film down there, and Dr. Chafee's one of them. So
huge.
So we're trying to consolidate. Actually, no, I'm sorry. There's 4 or 5 people confirmed. So Jimmy and Annette, we're going to actually take a sort of a sideways trip and go west a little bit from Austin and go film Jimmy and Annette for the aging segment. So that's going to be another one that we're doing. And yeah, so we're definitely going to try to attempt to do that. We're definitely going to be spending days prior to KetoCon and post. We just don't know, how long we're going to extend that. And to answer Pa Beater's question, it's not called KetoCon anymore.
Yeah.
It's called Hack Your Health.
Yeah, that is true. I should probably start calling it by its name. It's the name that I know it as. And all of them, I think Keto Orlando tickets are now on sale. I think early tickets for that. And also Keto Palooza. I just got a notification. There's an early bird for previous attendees, I think, for like a week. And then I think the week after that, tickets go on sale to the public. And also the Metabolic Summit in Boca Raton, same deal there. They've got early bird tickets for that. It's a ways away, but sometimes, some people need to plan for that kind of stuff.
What is Keto Palooza 2025?
No, it's Louisville in October.
In October, okay.
October 11th through the 13th in Louisville, Louisville, Kentucky. And then Keto Orlando is, of course, in Orlando. The Metabolic Health Summits in Boca. Those are the ones that I know about. There are some other ones, but those are the ones that I go to.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah, I love the events.
I'll definitely try to make that one for sure too.
The events are so cool, man. It's just great to be around the family. Just great to be around like-minded people. It's just always, get to see the people that you see online, a lot of the doctors and stuff, and get to meet people and chat with them. And the events now, KetoCon is a bigger event, but like the Boca event, the Louisville event, and the Orlando event are smaller, like 300 people. So you really get a chance to really talk to people, spend time with people, because it's just not a lot of, it's not thousands of people in huge, gigantic, halls. So
yeah.
it's a little different, more intimate, I guess you'd say, more like a family reunion.
Brett says, Brett, who's your carnivore, says tickets for Keto Palooza go on sale January 26th.
Nice.
Yeah, anybody's wondering.
I'll be checking that out.
Yep. Good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise, we'll hit all of those. And, trying to get those. There'll probably be some Florida stuff. I know Carrie and those guys are coming to Florida for a meetup.
That'd be good. I'd like to come to. I've never been to Florida, and it seems like fun.
Hey, come on down, brother. I'll host. I got a big house. I got 2 full kitchens, 3 refrigerators.
All right, what are you guys gonna eat out of?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. It's funny. I bought another. I was telling Adam I bought another refrigerator, and I was going to get rid of it. And I'm like, why get rid of it? Just keep it. I can use the extra freezer space.
Oh, for sure, absolutely.
Yeah, but
we keep putting them in our shop. 3 or 4 of them out there because you never have enough room to put steak in.
Yeah. Yes. I see Pop Beater left a message. Just shoot me an email or something, Pa. And I don't mind helping you out. We'll put that together. I think I can do that. I don't know the rules. I know, like I said, they have an early bird for previous attendees. So I'm not sure if I can buy a ticket for somebody that hasn't been there before. I don't know what the rules are. And if you know Autumn Weathers, you don't want to be on her bad side. That is a negative Ghost Rider.
What?
Hey, can I get a hell no? Come on, man. You're welcome wherever I'm at, brother. You know this. You don't even have to ask, man. Just tell me where to show up. I'll be there. The bell on if I can find them on my size.
Yeah. One thing I was wanting to tell you guys. I don't know why I wanted to tell you this, but it's carnivore related, so it's good. It's all good. So I haven't had time really to do any aside from the podcast on my channel, I haven't had time to do like any creative stuff. I have so many ideas,
Yeah.
but I literally just made bone broth the other day, and I did it in a low histamine manner. So I did it in a pressure cooker over 2 hours. And I thought, you know what? Instead of just making bone broth to drink, why don't I just make it into a soup? So I threw a bunch of stuff in there and made it into a soup. And oh my gosh, I'm telling you, this stuff was absolutely amazing. And it's literally 100% carnivore. And I am going to try to attempt to record that this week and get that out there for everybody because, bone broth for me, I can't do normally because it's slow cooker method typically, and it's like 24 hours. And that increases the histamine content so much that I have issues with it. So
I just
finding a way to do it in the pressure cooker, man, it's game over. It was delicious.
That's awesome.
Have you ever bought the powder?
I have not, and I don't know.
High quality. There's a real high quality brand. I'll tell you. I mean, if you're interested, but it's I think it's organic and grass fed and the whole 9 yards. And it's just a powder. You can mix it with whatever you want, water, or put it in drinks, making smoothies with it, whatever you want.
Interesting.
I got it for my dad because don't get me started on this. My dad, after 75 years, decided to become a vegetarian. So he doesn't really want to eat meat, but he will drink bone broth. So I got him some of that
nice
bone broth, and so he puts that in different things.
Right.
So
Robin has a question for you, Russ.
I can see this is a running theme. Hey, look, now Robin might be able to get it.
Russ, Russ, I got a question.
What's up with that?
Listen, she talks real sweet and nice. She probably get them tickets up out of me. Yeah, she probably could. Hey, listen, I got a soft spot for the low carb ladies and the keto cuties. I really do.
Will you get me a ticket if I identify as a low carb lady and a keto cutie?
Yeah. You try to run up on me as a keto cutie, you will get punched in the face, bro. Yeah. There are no carnivore cuties with a full beard, brother.
I shave up real nice, though.
Yeah. Hey, the low carb ladies don't wear big black cowboy hats. No, man, you're a little bit too male to be a keto cutie or a low carb lady.
There you go. He's about as feminine as an F-150.
Yeah, that's wrong. That's the wrong channel. You got the wrong channel, brother.
Dang, it's hard to get a break around here. Hard to get that keto palooza discount.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you are a keto cowboy. You are the original keto cowboy. You are keto cowboy numero uno, the OG.
I know. Right? I didn't even know I was setting trends when I was young, but here I was. Just
that's awesome. Janet says she pressure cooks her bones for 4 hours and then the dogs can eat them. They're so soft. That's a good idea.
That's awesome. That would be good.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'll definitely check out that because we've been doing a lot of fasting lately now that we're doing the priming and fasting, the alternate. And we did a 5-day fast, and man, it's not an easy re-entry when you come back to eating from 5 days. The phrase they use in SBG is disaster pants. You got to be careful how you re-enter the eating world after 5 days, and I haven't found a good bone broth. You know what I mean? Like I just haven't found a good one that I like. So
yeah, I'll I'll try to I'll text it to you. I bought it off of Amazon, and I mean it's I don't know, it's a little salty, a little bit, not super salty.
That's a no-go then. I gave up salt at the beginning of the year too.
Well, I don't know if you can. Bone marrow's naturally got some salt to it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
it's not overly, I don't think it has any added added anything to it. I just think it's just bone broth, but it just naturally has a little bit of a flavor to it. But yeah, I'll hit your email or whatever, and you can take a look at it if you think it's something you can use or something of value to you.
What
It's not expensive either.
who are the speakers at like Keto Palooza? Is it like this?
I don't know if they have a full lineup yet. Last year it was Dr. Berry and Dr. Hampton and Dr. Boz, Maria Emmerich, the Ketos, Two Crazy Ketos. I can't think of. I don't really spend a lot of time in the meetings. I'm out with the people. That's kind of my thing. I very rarely sit through the presentations. I like to be hanging out with the folks.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are I did videos with several of them. Kim Howerton was at Keto Palooza. I don't know if it's going to be different. There are going to be some different people. Ben Azadi, I think. No, he was at Orlando. But yeah, it's still up in the air.
Thank you, Robin.
Yeah, it's still up in the air. But it was good. It was good. A lot of the usual suspects.
I got you. Well, that'll be a real good time. Yeah, I was sad to see that Ken Berry's not going to be at whatever KetoCon's called now.
Yeah, they have a lot of people want the Ketos, Hampton. They have a cruise that conflicts with that. There's a keto cruise that conflicts with that. I think Dr. Eric Westman, man, I can't think of Dr. Ben Bickman. I think it's going to be there's several. I know the Ketos are going to be there. I think a cruise is like 3 or 4 days before the Hack Your Health. So a lot of people are going to be on the cruise.
I got you. I guess that kind of cruise wouldn't have the same problem Carrie's cruise ran into with the seed oils and stuff, huh?
Well, yeah, I don't think they got the whole ship. I mean, I think they just kind of have a group and they put their event on.
But they must be able to dictate certain things on the menu to not.
Yeah. I don't think they have
poison people. Yeah, if you got ship locked and there's nothing but seed oils and carbs,
right?
That would be a pretty terrible carnivore cruise or keto cruise.
Yeah, I don't know. That's something that I don't know, man. Maybe one day I'll do that. I'm not one for the boats. I'm not one for that. Listen, when I'm ready to go, I'm ready to go. I'm just weird that way. I went on a day cruise one time. It was like an all-day cruise. I didn't even make it today. I was there for about 4 hours. I was ready to go home. And I had to sit on that boat. I was out in the middle of the ocean, and I had to sit on that boat for another 6 hours. And I'm like, yeah, I don't think it's for me. But maybe one day. I don't know. Maybe one day. But that's just not my cup of tea. When I'm ready to move, I'm ready to move. I want to go.
Right.
Sarah, I can answer you, Sarah. At least for me, from my perspective, I am a sports photographer. So literally it's sports 24/7 for me. So whenever I get the chance to not be involved in it, that's what I'm doing. I don't want to talk about it ever.
I'm in Montana and our only sport is rodeo. So
right.
I don't appreciate being stereotyped. Why? Just because I'm a guy, I have to talk football. I have to like football. I think I've been insulted. I think I've been insulted, Adam.
It'd be kind of hard to be insulted with that background you got.
I think you may have done it to yourself.
Yes, I was just about to say, I'm just kidding, Sarah. You're not. It's very simple. If the Buckeyes or the Bengals aren't playing, I'm probably not super interested. Those are my teams. And both of them had less than the kind of season I would have liked them to have. But, man, they are listen, Ohio State is looking like they're going to be loaded next year. Where is my brother Bob? I need to talk to my Buckeye brother, semi-retired Bob. Man, the Ohio State has now we are talking about football. Funny how that works. Ohio State's got the #1 recruiting class and the #1 transfer portal class. That's never been done before. Of course, the portal's only been around for about 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
But still, Yeah, the first we are Ohio State has the number one recruiting class and the number one transfer portal class. I mean, the studs are coming from everywhere, from Alabama, Ole Miss, and transferring in. We got 4 and 5 star recruits out of high school, so we'll see. If we don't do well, it won't be because we don't have the players.
Right.
I can tell you that. It won't be because we don't have the players, because we are going to be loaded.
That's awesome.
Loaded. So,
Hey, Russ.
yes, sir.
Todd, I just seen this text from Todd. So I'm
No
going
worries.
to share this.
He said he was going to send you a text.
Yeah. Well, I have notifications silenced so it doesn't ding and beep and all that
Me
stuff.
too. I do that all the time. People are like, I was texting you that whole live stream. I'm like, I shut off my notification.
Good night, Robin. Robin.
There we go. Todd, you're up. Explain what we're seeing here.
Yeah, so that was a letter my optometrist sent to me because when he got in there, because this was 7 months apart, and my optometrist was like, I just had my assistant go check our files to make sure I didn't get the wrong files from 7 months ago, because these look like I'm looking at different eyes. He's like, this does not look anything like the eyes that we have on file for you. And I'm like, oh, what's the difference? I said, for some reason these glasses aren't working. He's like, yeah, it's because your eyes are so much better. He said, you have no diabetic muscular edema in your eye, which I've had my entire life since I was 14. And it was making my eyes thin, and they're worried about ruptures, you know?
Wow.
And he's like, it's completely gone. And I'm like, can you put that in an email? And so he put it in this email with my retinal scans, and he said, but dear Mr. Bachnes, it is my privilege to deliver these optimal retinal images, which demonstrate an improvement in blood vessel caliber, and improvement in retinal circulation, and absolutely no diabetic muscular edema at the time of today's examination. I am astounded by the improvements you have made in your health, and would like you to know that I am rooting for you throughout this process. Please don't hesitate to reach out to me if you have any questions or concerns, you know? So anyhow, I love that, because that happened in 7 months. In 7 months, you know, and to give you a backstory on this too, I've never been able to get contacts or laser eye surgery, LASIX, because my eyes were too bad. The contacts, they didn't go to that big of correction for astigmatism, and I couldn't get laser eye surgery because my retinals, retinal walls were too thin to take the surgery. They would have ruptured if they had any laser surgery. Now I can get contacts and laser eye surgery at will. He just said, because I was 250 in that 7 months, I was down 215 pounds from the last time I was there in 7 months. So he goes, I would wait until you're done with your transformation, because your eyes are going to continue to heal. So he said, whatever you're doing on this carnivore diet, he said, don't get laser eye surgery yet. Give it like another year until your body mass kind of levels out, and then go get it, because your eyes are going to continue to change. So I don't know. It was just something I thought was cool, you know?
Wow.
Yeah. And you thought you were crazy when you're putting bacon grease in your eyes. Yeah. You thought, yeah.
Exactly.
He got an eyedropper. He just put bacon grease.
No,
bacon power, brother. That's the power of bacon. I love it, man.
It is power bacon.
I love that, man. I'm so happy for you, brother. Like I said, man, you've been.
I'm just happy to share it all, because there's so many people, and literally, the bigger this community gets, literally every victory that we're all having, somebody has a question about that exact thing. Like,
oh yeah,
can that be fixed? You know, this is what we're going through right now. And, you know, I thought maybe someday somebody, you know, would find my story useful to them, but I thought it would take a whole lot of time and sifting through. No, every day now, something that has healed up on me, somebody's going through every day, and you can show them. I mean, we really are breaking trail. You know, we're just showing.
We say it all the time on this show. I try to say it as much as I can on my channel and everywhere. This life is about total health and wellness. You know, we get pigeonholed as a weight loss program. Everything's keto. Everybody, oh, you want to lose weight, go on keto. No, no, no. It's
Right.
total health and wellness.
Absolutely.
There's so many things that, and things that people don't even know they have. I was talking to Adam about this, I think, a couple weeks ago. I was very blessed and very fortunate. I am very blessed and very fortunate. I just didn't have a lot of health problems or sickness. But looking back, I had problems that I didn't really even know were problems. Like, I don't have gas anymore.
Right.
And I don't have indigestion. I mean, I never had any serious indigestion. I never took any medicine. Maybe every once in a while, a little Pepto or something. But everybody did. It
Mhm.
wasn't, but we were a farting family. Everybody
Exactly.
farted. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? It's like
Absolutely.
you didn't even think anything. The dog farted.
Yeah.
It's like you don't even think about it, or even like
No.
going to the bathroom, things like that.
Twice a day, 3 times a day. Like you thought that there was something normal about that, and then you're like,
Yeah.
or needing like a shower after you go to the bathroom because it was not to be descriptive, but it was a Taco Bell crap from hell.
Taco Hill. Make it
Yeah,
run
and and then all of a sudden you're like, oh yeah, it's not supposed to be that nasty and terrible all the time. You're only supposed to poop every 3 days or so, and they're tiny little non-smelly whatever.
So it's like, well, no, I don't know about the smelling. I can still set off a bomb in there. It's only maybe 2 or 3 bombs a week, but it's still
No bombs here though. I mean, on all meat.
It don't smell like potpourri.
No, it don't smell like potpourri, but I mean, honestly, like when it's all meat, there's just not a big terrible.
I got you, but yeah. So when I look back, I think, man, I don't have that stuff anymore. And again, like I said, it was normal because everybody I knew passed gas. Every person I knew had some Pepto Bismol in their medicine cabinet. I mean, it was a normal thing.
I've been saying this. I got to make a video on it, but as I've been saying this, it's like people that say it's too expensive to eat carnivore.
Yeah.
It is so much cheaper. The amount of snacks and drinks that I don't buy, the amount of drugs that I don't buy, like aspirin, Advil, antihistamines, NyQuil, Tums, Pepto-Bismol, all this stuff that I don't buy, and even toilet paper that now lasts me 8 times longer.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I mean, I used to be out all the time, so I would go. I'm spending less than gas mileage on the car, less oil changes. It's like.
And it depends on how you eat too, because listen, I ain't above hot dogs and ground beef, and I eat that stuff all the time, man. Are you kidding me? I smashed a half a pack of hot dogs a couple nights ago. I was, I shouldn't have been snacking, but I was up late and I was, a little hungry. I got 4 big jumbo beef hot dogs, threw them in the microwave, slammed them with mustard, and down the gullet they went.
I'm not gonna lie, I only eat New York steak and ribeye, but it's because I can afford to do that. Even eating 3 or 4 of them now, that I'm not buying all this other crap. Because there's just so much I don't spend money on anymore. Even my Copenhagen, I don't know if I told you this, but I quit chewing, and that was a 26-year addiction, and I was chewing like a can and a half a day of Copenhagen. So that's about $10 a day in Copenhagen.
Yeah.
I quit chewing.
That's a lot. Yeah,
it's gone. Just gone.
That's one of the things you and Adam have over me is I get tired. I could eat steak every day too. I get tired of it. I really do. After a few days, I got to get something else. Now I know, like Adam's like, nope, I can eat it every day for the rest of my life.
Yeah, because for me, food is not enjoyment; it's just to live. So I enjoy doing other things like working on a documentary. So
sure.
I mean, I think human beings naturally. Well, Adam is a weirdo. He's the king of weirdos.
Definitely.
I think normal people enjoy some variety. You know what I mean?
For sure.
I don't think it's. But
it doesn't have to be just food. It doesn't have to be just food.
Yeah.
So Jordan Peterson talks about this all the time. He's like, you cannot just take habits away and leave a void. If you do that, the thing that fills that void, if you don't have a plan for that void, could be worse than the thing that you took out of it. You got to make a plan for that void to fill that time and to fill that thing. So when I take something away that was a pleasure from eating or chewing or drinking or whatever, I try to fill it up with something else. Is even if it's as simple, hey Rick, even if it's something as simple as like Wim Hof breathing, like I'll put something in there, and it's because sure it's work, but the Wim Hof breathing it's almost like an endorphin fix, and it gives me like a bunch of energy to do the Wim Hof breathing for 8 minutes. So I take that time and put it in there. Plus, the biggest trick for me to not get palate fatigue or meat aversion is to fast. You want to really like your steak, don't eat for 2 days. You're gonna love that steak every time.
I ain't doing that, man. I'll just have a little chicken.
Oh, for sure.
But I get it. I'm not, you got whatever gets you through the day.
Yeah.
But I just know, like for me, I go through different phases. So like, I think I told Adam this. I was eating some bacon one day, and I just looked down. I'm like, if I have another piece of bacon, I'm throwing somebody out a window. I mean, it's just somebody's going to die. And, and so I did, and it was like 3 weeks, and I just ate something else, you know what I mean? And then matter of fact, I went to Keto Palooza. I think it was before Keto Palooza. And I came back from Keto Palooza, and I looked in the fridge, and there was bacon in there. I'm like, oh, bacon. And I fried up a pound of bacon and ate it. So it's just like, and even steak. And it's because like I do my meals 2 or 3 days ahead. So by the third day, I'm like, yeah, I'm glad this is the last piece of steak because, somebody's going to get hurt,
Oh, I feel you. But like I did that, I can literally jump around in the beef category though and feel happy. Like I can go from. It really is different for me to go from a New York to a ribeye. Like I feel like I'm eating a completely different meal when I'm eating that. I cut them a different way. I cook them a little bit different.
Yeah.
And that's just enough for me with the fasting that it just works out perfectly. And I like it that way. It's and obviously I'm just talking about what suits me,
Yeah. Everybody's different. The only thing I haven't gotten tired of yet is eggs. And I think it's because I don't eat them by themselves.
Oh yeah.
I eat steak and eggs or ham and eggs or sausage and eggs or something and eggs. I don't eat eggs by themselves. But if I ate eggs by itself day after day, then by day 3 or 4, I gotta get something else. And then I'll go back to it, but I have a rotation. I eat ground beef, and I'll do hamburger patties, then I'll do some type of steaks, and then I'll do something like maybe a brisket or oxtails, and I'll do a leg of lamb, and I just rotate. I don't really do much chicken or fish or that. I just kind of rotate those things. And I make 3 or 4 days worth usually. So by day 3 or 4, when I'm just about tired of it, it's time for something different. So I'm a weirdo that way. And I'm like that in other aspects of life too. It's not just my food, I just get tired of stuff. I'm like, I gotta switch it up.
That is funny. It's probably I think me and you just have such different personalities because like you said, I'm a Band-Aid guy and you're an Ease Into It guy. I'm a guy that I'll hear one song that I really like and I'll listen to that song on repeat for like 10 hours, and then not listen to it for a year.
Not me, man. It's like, I like to keep it moving. But no, it takes all types to make the world go round. I think I'm envious sometimes of you guys. I'm like, man, I think my life would be easier.
Oh, I agree. That's one of those things I think I'm filling the void with is simplicity and just like extra time and not having to do the dishes, not having, there's a level of stress that goes with having to shop and throw away garbage and clean the kitchen and do dishes and all this stuff for all these meals. When I got a plastic bag, I basically meal prep as far as cutting up the steaks and vacuum sealing them. And then everything else is just simple. I dirty like 2 to 3 things at a time. And that's it. And they're super easy to clean. I mean, the whole cleaning up and discarding process is like 3 minutes a day,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Shout out to Brett. I think his fast is over now. He was fasting for like 174 days or something, I think.
I think he did. I think he did like 12 days, Brett.
I love that for him, man. Congratulations, brother. But
Michael,
oh, go ahead, Todd.
Oh, I was going to say Michael that I don't know if you know Michael, but he's on our live stream. But he just did a 21-day fast too, and he lost 47 and a half pounds, I believe, in 21 days. It was incredible.
Yeah. That starvation diet, that it works.
Well, he primed first. With the SPG, and he didn't. We started off on a 5-day fast, and he's like, "Man, I'm still losing weight." The reason why I quit at 5.5 days because I wasn't losing nothing, and I could feel my metabolism slowing down. I was like, "All right, I got to hop off this train." It's because I knew that feeling all too well after doing 9 months of OMAD. I could feel my metabolism slowing down. I was not digging it. But Michael's like, I feel better every day, and I'm still dropping like 2 pounds a day. So he went for it as long as he was feeling good, and that's a true testament to priming and fasting for him because, that was huge. Michael hadn't been out of the house in like 17 years, I think. Hadn't left his home in 17 years. So I mean, that dude just hit his 6 months, and he's down like 160 some odd pounds in 6 months. It's incredible, and he's walking beautifully. It's amazing.
I love that, man. Shout out to Brett. Yeah, lamb, I talked to so many people who have never had it. There's chops, there's shoulder, there's different racks. A lot of people have had gyros. There's a lot of lamb and gyros if you eat those. But Costco has a boneless leg of lamb. And in my opinion, if you eat roast, like if you, a person that's in your rotation, man, I would drop that leg of lamb on the floor and pick it up and eat it before I'd eat that roast. I'm just telling you.
Absolutely.
It is 10 times better. It's usually cheaper. Brett says it's $5.99 a pound. Costco here in Jacksonville, it's $4.99 a pound. And usually they're between 6 and 8 pounds. They're fatty, much more tender and juicy than a roast. If you got a big, like a 6-pound roast, man, you got to pressure cook that thing, or you got to, slow cook it. And I don't like the texture of, roast that's slow cooked. It's kind of mushy to me. But lamb isn't like that. Lamb has a much different texture. You don't have to, you can slow cook it or pressure if you want to, but you don't have to. I just make it slow and low. I put it in about 250 degrees, and usually about 3 hours or so, it's ready to go. And man, it's good. Up to about 145 degrees and so. Adam had I think you had some chops or something that you smoked. You said you didn't like them?
Chops, you said?
Yeah, I can't remember. You said you had some lamb chops or a shoulder or something.
Oh, yeah, I don't like lamb at all. Every time I've tried it, I don't like it. But that's the one reason why I sous vide chuck roast is because it doesn't taste like roast. It tastes like one of the best steaks you've ever had. So
seriously,
yeah,
it does. And especially, how when you're saying that it was too mushy, that totally depends on temperature and time that you cook it. Because I used to think that too, but that's an overcooked roast, right? If it's too mushy, you just like I like to get the 7-pound chuck roast at Costco, and then I sear them on all sides. It takes about an hour to sear that much chuck roast good on all sides, but I get it real good seared, and then I put it in the Ninja slow cooker, and I put it in there on low for 9 hours, all 7 pounds.
Yeah.
And when it comes out, I take and I slice it like roast beef, really thin, and it still has a lot of good, nice consistency to it. And then I take and I make that juice in the bottom. I make that gravy, so I brown it down, and I use a little bit of xanthan gum to thicken it up and put a little salt in there. And then I take all those roast beef slices back and put it in there and soak up all that gravy. And oh my gosh, is that stuff. It's not mushy at all. It doesn't just fall apart, because I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can overcook it and it just turns into like shreds of of muscle in the pot, gross.
Now, like oxtail is so fatty that when it breaks down, it's really tender and juicy because it's so fatty. The roast is not nearly as fatty as an oxtail, but yeah, dollar for dollar, I just don't, because most of the time the beef roast is $5 or $6 a pound.
Yeah,
and I can get the lamb for less than that, and I like it better.
And I wonder too with I'm gonna say this wrong, but I thought I hated lamb too. I remember the first lamb I ever had, and I was like, this tastes I don't know if you guys have them here, but we have antelope here in Montana, which we call prairie maggots because they eat the sagebrush and they taste like sagebrush, and they're the grossest animal to eat, in my opinion, because they're so gamey and gross. You can't stomach them. That's what my first lamb tasted like. And I was like, well, you can have these dirty animals. Disgusting.
Same for
But
me,
then,
Todd.
yeah, can't stand it, right?
Man, listen, you come down here, I'll make you. I defy you to.
But then I got
like
lamb from Costco.
Yeah.
And I was like,
you got the boneless leg?
I got the boneless leg. I got the lollipop chops. Yeah, the French rack, the lollipop chops.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I could eat my body weight in those lollipop chops.
I know.
I'm not even kidding you.
Yeah.
They are so good. And I was like, what is the difference? And then I read there's two types of lamb. There's like domesticated lamb, and then there's like, I don't know, the version of free range lamb. And the free range lamb tastes like buttholes and like fish eyes or something. It's just disgusting. But it's don't ask, don't tell. But I know, and it's exactly what it tastes like. It's disgusting. And I can't stand it. But the like farm raised version, the commercially raised version is delicious. It's really, really good.
Well, the Costco, I don't know about the racks, but I guess they come the same, but they're from Australia or New Zealand.
They're from Australia, the ones I got. Yeah. And they came from Australia farms, and those were delicious. And I was like, okay, I like lamb a lot. And so
now how do you make I mean, I made a video, and I don't know if you happen to see it, but I when I get it, I take the net out and I butterfly it out, and I cut it in half, and I make two sections. Sometimes I make them both, depends on how hungry I think I'll be. Sometimes I freeze the other side of it. And like I said, I have done it different ways. I've pressure cooked them, I've slow cooked them, but my favorite way is just to slow roast it. I just season it up real good, wrap it in foil, and put it in one of my devices at about 250 degrees and I put a probe in there. When it gets to 145, I take it out, and it's wonderful.
The boneless
3 hours.
The boneless lamb roast that I had, I just slow cooked because I didn't know how to do it, and I slow cooked it, and it was delicious. It had a lot of fat, and I couldn't do it had a lot of rendered fat. I pulled it out of the fat. The fat was too much.
Yeah,
but the meat was great. The rack of lamb, that I sous vide it because I didn't want to screw it up, and that's the best way I know to not screw something up when I'm cooking it the first time is sous vide. So I looked it up. I don't remember the temperature, but I sous vide it to just an article I read, and then I used a torch and I torched the outside of it for a sear. And dude, let me tell you, it made because I bought a couple of them, and we made I don't know, it was like 16 of those lamb chops or something. And I thought I was going to split it with people, and I ate like 15 lamb chops because they're only like that big.
They're not that big.
They're not that big, but I was just like, these are like bite size, and I'm just ripping them off the bone. I'm like, I'm going to get so many of these and take them down. And they're delicious. And it's just a really fun, it's close to beef, but
it's beef-like.
It's beef animal. Yeah, but it's like, it's just got a different flavor, and the texture is so good. What I would compare it to is almost like beef tenderloin, but with flavor. You know how beef tenderloin doesn't have any flavor? It's just bland, those lamb chops are like beef tenderloin, but with flavor,
Yeah. And like the leg is it's a tender piece of meat. So you don't really need to slow cook it for a long time, or it's to me, because I think if people try to slow cook it or cook it for a long time, I think that might have something to do with it too. It's kind of like a ribeye. I mean, it's just a naturally tender, juicy, fatty piece of meat. You don't have to really go to the nth degree to tenderize it.
And what I was looking at, I want to get into this, is I want to start making my own sausage. And, because like a lot of, like say andouille, that way I could control, this is, I'm playing with, now that I've been carnivore for a year, I'm adding little spices back here and there to see what's going to cause me a problem, what isn't. I know for sure that I cannot do black pepper. Black pepper just turns me into a inflamed, wheezy mess of a human being, so I can't touch that stuff.
Right.
But if I have like white pepper, I don't seem to have that problem. And so, and if I get, I try to get some real clean stuff, and I'm not playing with it this month because I'm on Lion and I want to see how this goes for a while. But I was messing with it a little bit, and I was like, I think it'd be fun to make sausage, because they usually make it out of like veal and pork and lamb and stuff, and they make different sausages. And I was like, I think a guy could make some real clean sausages, because I don't know if you guys have ever bought those what are they called, carnivore bars? Have you guys ever seen those?
Oh yeah,
I've seen them, but I've never had one.
They're like $95 for 6 bars.
I'm an affiliate for them.
What's
they
that?
are expensive, but man,
they're good.
They're handy. They're good.
Yeah.
Especially for me when I'm on a shoot. Being able to bring that and not have to refrigerate anything, and just have something super quick. They're really super, super handy in a pinch.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, I basically love the product, but I don't love the price. The price is a lot.
No,
so I was like, I want to do sausages. Basically, that's my idea of like a carnivore bar, but like not on the carnivore bar price, is to make a little bit of sausage like that.
You can make your own carnivore bar.
Yeah, like maybe dehydrate it like that. Yeah, or however they do it. Yeah. Yeah.
That's all you got to do. Just dehydrate the meat, put it in a blender, and render your tallow, and just mix the two.
Might try that.
Spread it out into a pan and let it harden. Slice it into bars or whatever shape you want.
I definitely might do that, because here's what worried me is when they're only like 2 point whatever ounces a bar, and I'm like, dude, when I sit down and eat meat, I eat 45 ounces of meat at a time. Right. Like, this would cost me $400 if I get a taste for it.
You've seen the calorie content in them though. It's like 500 calories per bar.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
so, because of all the fat in it.
Yeah, they're doing a great job with that for sure, and it's so clean. It's way cleaner than even the Costco meat that I'm getting.
Right.
That's half the reason I don't do the keto things, is they're just so expensive. Most of them, any kind of snacks and stuff, man. Some of them are good. We got some stuff, some samples. At most of the events, you get a sample and stuff, but some of them are pretty good. But then you look at them and like $6 each, for a meat steak. It's like, I can get. It's just like, but I understand it probably costs a lot to make it clean, and and all the way they have to do it to make it clean and all that for us. I get it. It's just not something.
It makes a lot of sense why they cost that much, because I paid $22 for a ribeye steak, and if I dehydrated it, that ribeye steak would fit in my wallet. You know what I mean? Right. So there's just, so it's not shocking that a 2-ounce dehydrated bar would cost $14 or whatever it costs, because it came from a $22 steak. And when you take all that moisture out of it, it's, there's hardly much left, but all the nutrients is there. It's the thing.
Yep. Oh yeah. Todd, if you are going to make that, use like a super, super lean cut of meat.
Okay.
Because the theory is, at least from what I understand, is if you do it with a fatty cut of meat and you dehydrate, the fat will tend to keep whatever water content there is up against the fat. It'll tend to keep it around. So it won't fully dehydrate.
That makes sense.
If there's any moisture in it whatsoever, when you mix all that stuff together, then bacteria starts to grow. So you want to cut all the fat off of the meat, make sure it's like super, super lean meat, dry it to the bone, then blend it up, powder it up essentially, and have your rendered tallow, mix the two together with some salt, and you're good to go at that point.
That sounds like we're way better. I see what they're doing there. That makes sense, because there's a name for that, isn't there? It's like pemmican. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, my friends, the time has come for us to say goodbye.
Appreciate you guys getting to see me.
I'm really glad you came by, Todd. You know, you're my man. It's always good to see you. Glad to know you're doing well. Glad to know you're striving and thriving, brother. And
can't wait to see you guys at KetoCon. It's going to be our hacking your health or whatever. But
hey, listen, somebody needs to notify the authorities, brother, because we are going to be posse deep in Austin, Texas, man.
I bet I'm going to look like a native when I get there.
We need to flash them out of a Golden Corral, man. We just go in there and run them out of meat. Yeah.
I did say that. I told them I've never been to one of those
Brazilian
steakhouses. Yeah. I've never been to one of those.
Oh man.
I'm down.
Those are freaking awesome.
We got to go there because they said that you get like a paddle and it's got a red side and a green side. And I was like, as soon as I walk through the door, I'm going to make a statement. I'm spray painting both sides green. We're going to set that on the table. I'm be like, you guys are going to have to tap out before I do.
Man, listen, I looked up one here in Jacksonville. I went online. It was like $60 a head.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
But man, I tell you what, if you're a carnivore, you can definitely get your freaking money's worth there for sure.
They're going to be hurting. I guarantee you I can take down 120 ounces of beef in one setting. So they are not making out on that.
Dude, I was at Boca. We went out to a steakhouse and it was $60 for a steak. And it was a kind of a high-end, steakhouse. And it was just the steak with I had some asparagus and just steak and asparagus. It was like 60 something bucks. So if it's an all you can eat with good quality meat, it's definitely worth that. Because it was like a 24-ounce bone-in ribeye, and I could have probably got at least another half of one down.
Oh, for sure. So I
don't have a huge appetite.
We go in there as carnivores, especially if we're like priming. And I don't know about you, Adam, but when I eat these amino acids, I get an appetite on me,
Oh yeah.
The aminos, and Michael's finding that out too. I think the aminos really kick up your appetite. So we're going to have to load up on aminos and then go to that Brazilian steak joint.
Hey, listen, we're going to make them throw us out of there, man.
They're going to have to renegotiate our contract and pay us to leave before we eat them out. It's going to be like, let's make a deal.
Hey, listen, we're going to go in there like at 2:00. We're going to take our tablets and all that stuff. We're going to sit there. We're going to eat. We're going to just hang out, do our YouTube, make some videos, hang out till about 6 o'clock, eat again. And then
Hey, Todd, here's a tip. At least the last 2 times that I went to a Brazilian steakhouse, they're very stingy with the ribeye.
Really?
Like to the point where you don't even know that they have ribeye. So make it a point. Tell them, bring the ribeye over here.
Okay, I would definitely will.
What are they serving if they're not? I mean, a different cut of steak or something?
They serve picanha. They serve like bacon wrapped stuff and chicken and lamb, all kinds of stuff. Yeah.
I'm just gonna tell them I'm allergic to chicken, pork, and tough meat. Basically.
Yeah, that's right. I belong to the First Church of Ribeye. It's our religion. I'm very devout. I eat ribeyes. They probably don't want people to waste it. Probably people eyes get too big for their stomach, and then next thing you know, you got a big cut of ribeye sitting on some. They don't care about the chicken.
I'll play that. I'll play that epic game of chicken or staring contest with them. They will not win that battle. They will not get me to tap out. I promise.
I gotta be there for that, man. I don't care where we're going. Listen, we roll in there about 10 or 15 deep. I'm gonna be there. That's worth the price of admission.
It is. I'm gonna see.
It'd be like feeding time at the zoo.
Yeah, it's gonna be like how many plates? What's the record number of plates anybody's cleared in this joint?
Right?
Yeah, we have a legend with us.
It's gonna be fun for sure.
All right, fellas.
Yep,
folks, we appreciate you coming by. You might as well hang out with us till the close there, Todd. But I appreciate you guys coming by, checking us out.
Absolutely.
Love all you guys, man. Remember, next week we will not be here. Check out my man Adam's channel or Carrie's channel. wherever you can catch the stream and the fundraiser and the book premiere for Dr. Eads. And who knows, I might even talk my way into popping on that stream for a minute or two. It is a Tuesday night. I won't be doing nothing else.
There you go.
Real quick before we go, I want to say thank you to Paul Beater for becoming a member. We definitely appreciate that. And I'm looking forward to really ramping up members only content and getting that stuff going. So I definitely have a lot of behind the scenes stuff that I can share for the documentary that is not the same stuff that Carrie has. So yeah, definitely looking forward to that. So
if you're not a member, check it out. I'm a member. It's awesome. Get on in there.
Appreciate that. Well, everybody, thank you for joining us tonight. And Todd, especially thanks to you for coming in,
brother.
Saving the show for us. You saved it for us.
No worries. I love hanging out with you guys. So
yeah,
are we still doing the we grilling, baby?
We grilling, baby.
Of
course. Absolutely. All right, man. See you guys in 2 weeks.
See y'all.